I don't know if you guys are aware, but for the last couple of years, Liverpool has been the most dominant soccer team in the world. And we all know of Virgil, or if you know of Liverpool, you know Virgil van Dijk is definitely the glue that holds the defense together. You have Alisson Becker in goal. But I'm telling you, man, they wouldn't be that dominant. Like, someone has to score all those goals. And I'm telling you, Mo Salah is an elite. He's an elite attacker. And yeah, I'm gonna get into him, and I'm gonna tell you guys why. Like Mo Salah deserves a lot more respect on his name for making Liverpool what it is now. Without further ado, it is Wednesday, July 15th, 2020. Here in this quarantine, I'm James Sims, and for this episode of the Elite, I'm gonna go into and talk about Mo Salah, Premier League winger who plays for Liverpool. He's originally from Egypt. He's 28 years old. He's 5'9". If you can try to guess him, he's a nice little fro, nice little beard. So just to give you a little bit of background, started out in Egypt. He eventually moved to. He was eventually recognized and moved to the Premier League of 2014 through 16. He played with Chelsea, and he played for Fiorentina, and he played for Roma on loan. I played really well at Roma on loan for the first year, and they eventually let him. Basically, they eventually bought him for a season. The season he was on loan, they finished third in the Roma finished third in the Serie A, and he led the team in goals with 15. And then 2016-17, they finished second in Serie A, losing, and they lost in the semifinals to Coppa Italia, and they lost in the Champions League round of 16. So they were a very, very good team. And Mo Salah, while he was there, he ended up getting 15 goals. His last year with Roma wasn't necessarily incredibly elite until he got to Liverpool, and I know that's mad disrespectful. No, but I'm saying his first year, as soon as he got to Liverpool, he hit the ground running. I don't know what happened, but this dude was a man on a mission. The very next season, the next year he won. That year he led them to being the runners up in the Champions League. He finished that season with 44 combined goals in all competitions. Whether it be in the Premier League. He finished with 32 of them came in the actual Premier League season. The other ones came in Champions League and in the FA Cup, the tournament that goes on within London. That's just like a winner take all, like a completely separate tournament. It's completely separate from the season. And of course, that year, he would go on to be Golden Boot. He was the Premier League Player of the Season. That was the one year he was the Premier League Player of the Season. He was Player of the Month 3 of those months, the only time he's ever won Player of the Month within the Premier League. But this is when Mohamed Salah was most definitely at his best, and Liverpool was scoring all these goals, and they were probably at their most. That was right before they were at their most dominant, but they were a very, very, very good team with Mo Salah at the front. Mo Salah scored 44 goals in a season. That's better than Suarez. Suarez's best season in Liverpool, he got 31, and Mo Salah, and that's what he was doing in his age 25 season. That was him when he was absolutely balling. And then 2018-19 season, last season, He helped Liverpool finish second overall in the Premier League. They ended up winning the Champions League that year. Salah finished with 27 total goals on the season, in the games that he played, which is still a lot of goals. 27 goals. He led the Premier League again. And he would just go on to being the leading scorer, and even this year. This year he leads Liverpool with 19 goals, as Liverpool has already won the Premier League, but they're already eliminated from the Champions League. Mo Salah also has 9 assists. He's tied for second in Liverpool with assisting. So he's definitely he's a shot creator, whether he's the one on the finishing end or whether he's the one on the passing end. If you really get to see him, you see that he's very controlled with his dribbling. He can shoot from basically anywhere. I imagine he's Liverpool's PK taker. I have no idea if that's the case. No, but I really like this Liverpool team, the way it's built around him. They're still a very, very good side, and I like the way he works alongside Sadio Mane, Roberto Firmino. I just like everything I see with Mo Salah. He's a good, reliable player, and I know that if you watch Liverpool, you see that offense works without him. But I mean, he's the engine that makes it one of the best attacks in the no in the world. To me, I believe that he is the most irreplaceable player in the Premier League that isn't Virgil van Dijk. He's the most irreplaceable attacker in the Premier League, because without him, I think their attack is Chelsea good. I think their attack is Tottenham good, but their attack is Liverpool good because they have Mo Salah out here scoring goals at will. And I think just because he's the most irreplaceable player on the attack of probably the most formidable team in all of Europe, I believe he has done what it takes to be considered elite as of 2000, or as of July 15, 2020. Mo Salah is an elite attacker. I don't know how long that's gonna last. He might not be in my next one, but he might be on the elite for like the next 5 years. You never know. But as of right now, I am claiming Mo Salah. I'm saying it for the world. As of right now, I believe that Mo Salah is elite. Thank you once again for listening to all 7 minutes of this. I'm really kind of just going on because he hasn't really had a long tenure of being an elite soccer player, but his high was pretty high. How many players can say they were the Premier League Player of the Year, have won the Champions League? That's a very rare feat to accomplish. And how many can say they scored 44 goals in a season? How many can say they scored 32 goals in a Premier League season? Salah, if he's not the only one, he's one of very few. Like I said, if you ever get a chance, watch my boy Mo Salah. He currently wears number 10 with Liverpool FC. I thank you once again. I wish everyone the best here in this time of Corona. We'll all get through this and we'll look back on this as a memory. But for now, I'm just going to say peace out and thanks for listening.